Hello students, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself Ravindra Pradeep Fadke, an assistant professor from Department of Business Economics. Today's lecture is for FY BCom semester 2. In the last session, we have already seen the first composite market, which is called perfect competition market. In the today's session, we are going to cover the very next market, that is monopoly market. The content which we are going to cover in the monopoly market, that is the features, sources of monopoly, their limitations and the conclusion. The word monopoly is derived from Latin word mono, which means single, and polis, which means seller. So it is a market of single seller. Usually these markets are an imaginary markets. Often students ask us that, sir, why we all are studying these imaginary markets like perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, monopsony, bilateral monopoly, or etc. So the reason is, we agreed that today this market does not exist, but economists cannot deny the acceptance of these markets in coming days or in the near future, because the studies of economics is purely based on assumption. So this is also one of the basic assumption in market condition. It is a market organization where we find single seller and many buyers. The entire monopoly market will get clear in coming slides with you. So now the definition of monopoly market is given by a well-known economist, Arthur Lerner. He said that any seller who is confronted with a falling demand curve for his product. Student, here we have to remember the producer has monopoly, and due to his monopoly he may impose very high prices. That is why, due to the high prices, demand curve may falls downward. We will understand the nature of demand curve in further slides of features. So these are the various features of our monopoly market, including single seller, no close substitute, price maker, entry is restricted, no distinction between firm and industry, downward sloping demand curve, and etc. So as I've told you, here the single seller has its own monopoly. He is the king of the market. He has all rights to take the decision of prices. He is the sole seller. So he may keep high price or low price in the market as per the market circumstances or market situations. He doesn't have any external or internal threat, because he has complete power to capture the market, and this captivity is only can come when he can gain the monopoly. In this particular market, due to his single nature, due to his monopoly, we don't find neither perfect substitute or not close substitute. Here students get confused between perfect substitute and close substitute. Let me give you one a very simple example. Suppose in a market, if you buy two white shirts, that time it will be called perfect substitute, and in case if you will buy one black and one white shirt, that time it will be close substitute. Now here, if we can take the example of electricity, Electricity doesn't have any options or any close substitute in a nation. Government has their sole monopoly. If we will take an example of our Indian railways are also sole monopoly, correct? The monopolists are the price maker. They have their own decision power. They can make changes as per the time changes. They may increase or decrease whenever time comes. Monopolist has complete control over the supply. Why? Because he is the king of the market. He will take the entire decision of entire. He will be the ultimate decision maker. In the monopoly market, the entry is restricted because the moment any other firm or any other competitor or any other producer who get enter monopoly market will get breakdown, and then it will be called as duopoly or monopolistic or duopoly. Monopoly, already we have seen single seller, a market of single seller, correct? So the moment any other seller, other producer get enters, the entire monopoly get breaks down. Other firm will close by the monopolist. So he has sole power to entirely run the firm or his businesses. Now he has monopoly. So due to this entire monopoly, there is no as such big difference between firm and industry. He himself as a firm and he has own industry, because if we will see in the reality, firm is more smaller than the industry, but here due to his power of monopoly, the entire firm and industry, you will not at all get differentiated, and the firm and industry will remaining the same. At last, if we'll see the nature of demand curve in this particular market, the nature of demand curve is downward sloping. Students, here, in case if a seller imposes higher price, buyers may reject to buy those products, and due to high prices, the product market may falls down, and due to that low demand into the market, the demand curve will be negative in the nature. Even he has monopoly, because at the end ultimately, if buyers does not afford to buy those commodities, he will definitely sacrifice, he will definitely compromise those goods and services. And due to this nature, we obtain downward sloping demand curve in monopoly market. So as you can see here in the curve, on x-axis we have taken an output, and on y-axis we have taken cost or price. At the OP price, there is OQ, demand, and average revenue, which is we called as even demand curve, correct? So as price rises, demand will falls down. Due to this nature, there is a continuous slope in the demand curve. At the end, in the market structure of our monopoly, it has one seller, one producer. Entry is completely banned. Government does not have any restriction. Monopolists have their own unique product identity, or he can create his own unique product identity, as well as he is the price maker. Remember, in perfect competition, sellers are price taker. You should not get confused. In the monopolist market, the demand curve is sloping downward. In perfect competition, it is parallel to x-axis. I hope you will remember this. So, on this note, I conclude today's lecture. I hope the concept being very clear to you. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. Thank you very much.